I have always strived to be the best at anything that I did, even if it was something considered just for fun, such as video games, which I played with friends a lot. I was tired of constantly getting destroyed and feeling that if I had just put enough time in, I could be the best at it. So I decided to play COD Warzone for a month and fully immerse myself and grind the game. In that month, mastering all the movements in the game, getting better at close range gunfights, which I thought on MNK was impossible for me, and increasing my game sense when taking on more than one enemy. And to put all my efforts to the test at the end of the month, I'll be playing a $100 wager, which if I win, will be proof enough that I've improved, as there is no ranking system and no other way to gauge progress or mastery in this game. And this is how the first day of the 30-day challenge began. I began day one with a little bit of aim practice on Kovac, as I was trying to better my mouse control and aim overall. And I want to get it to a point where it's basically like an extension of my hand. These are the averages. And after Kovac, I had to do some bot training on COD Modern Warfare, as Kovac is not all that you need to get better. It needs to be supplemented with a little aim training in the game that you're trying to get better at, as we're trying to get better at Warzone here, not Kovac. So I did 100 kills with SMG, 100 kills with an AR, and 100 kills with a sniper on COD Modern Warfare, as that's the engine that COD Warzone runs on and is the closest thing to the real deal for the warm-up, shooting hardened bots. Practicing my movement, bunny hopping, drop shotting, jump shotting, and slide canceling. And after warming up for almost an hour plus, I was finally ready to show off my first day's aim gains to the world.
I am confused.
Maldita herramienta juego,
Welcome to day 2 in my 30-day journey of becoming a great COD Warzone player. Today, I implemented clicking scenarios into my Kovac routine, as I've learned about how clicking scenarios can be really beneficial when it comes to timing your shots and then especially sniping, as you only have one bullet to get that knock in COD Warzone, and as well improve my mouse control overall. And as usual, I did the bot training on COD MW, But this time around, with more emphasis on trying to practice more on my centering. Because from the day before, I learned that my centering was kind of off, and that's why I was losing some of the close range gunfights that I was in. And I feel learning from what you did wrong the day before and practicing that skill will strengthen your overall skill as a player. And I got right into game 1. And in game 1, I learned that I need to stop getting too hyped about kills and try to play the situation the best that I can. Because kills is not all in this game. Trying to get out with more than just one kill is way better than just getting that one kill and dying, because you just wasted, you know, that one life which you could have taken many with you, and play the long game. In this clip, I held off trying to shoot the first guy, but got kind of antsy on the second guy and shot him, even though he necessarily wasn't even downable, exposing my location and not getting the kill, basically putting myself in a lose-lose horrible situation. Game 2. This was the game that I finally got my first squad with. I actually took on each player one-on-one, and the first 2 players I fought were pretty basic gunfights, and I won both of them. The next 2 players though, I heard that they were coming up the stairs after me killing the second guy, and I just ran up to the top and tried plating and repositioning as they were gonna hunt me down for sure. And I did a little jump up spot, which I learned from watching multiple other videos about jump up spots and stuff like that. And I was able to outplay both of them and get the kills. As they came up, they were kind of lost where I was and, you know, didn't know what to look for. But, you know, I got the jump on them, so I got the kill. Game 3. This game was just full of surprises. But this was one of the games that I had to deal with a lot of things at once. And I think I'm actually starting to get a hang of it. And it really gave me practice on how to think about things very much on the fly and think about lots of things at once on the fly. Where in this situation I had to fight a riot shielder, and while trying to finesse him, I also had to deal with a cluster strike not hitting me. And in the middle of all of this, someone also flew in, and I had to look around a bit to make sure that he didn't land on me and kill me. But in the end, I killed the riot shielder, so the mission was accomplished, I guess. Game 4. This guy completely destroys me with the pistol. Using cover so smoothly and effortlessly, I couldn't even be mad. As he used the pillar as cover, and instead of frantically shooting at the enemy like me, he saved his bullets and started shooting at me again after he knew I was basically out. Smart by him. I got completely outsmarted. Definitely the sweatiest lobby that I've been in a while, but I learned a ton in this lobby. Today, I continued my Kovac training, but from the day before, I learned something more about how to go about playing bounce 180 and one wall 5 targets Pesu, trying to maximize what I can get out of those 2 aiming training scenarios. And want to inform you guys as well of my findings with this Reddit post that I stumbled over. Credit goes to the subredditor SS Ninja LOL. And as usual, I did the bot training on COD Modern Warfare. Continuing my emphasis on centering practice, as yesterday when I did that, I feel that slowly I've just been doing it in-game and have been getting kills quicker and easier, but it isn't perfect, so we have to keep going. As well, practicing my slide cancels and other movements, trying to master them constantly as well, because in games here and there, I still miss my slides. And we got right into game 1. Game 1, my aim is still noticeably shaky, as if it was better I would have gotten the kill on the right, and later when the guy to the left came to help his teammate, I would have been able to kill him as well. Then we move on to game 2. This game, I made a really good rotation based on the information that I had. We were getting shot at from the hills near HQ, and I was using the tents, etc. to try to get to the control center, as that was in the circle. Later getting into an engagement with the player that was shooting at my teammates, and was once again trying to use the pillars as cover to get to the other end without getting shot. But to my surprise,
Hey yo, what the
there was a guy camping there from a whole different team, and I lost that whole engagement. Then we move on to game 3. This game, the landing was fine and I was looting peacefully, and my teammates wanted me to get to the buy so I could drop cash to get the loadout. And I just blindly jumped in through the window to get the buy, and there was a guy right there waiting for me. Even though it was disappointing, I still learned something from this. I learned here that I need to stop going to areas where I have to cover many different angles, but my enemy just has to look at one. In the same game, there's some other thing that happened. In this scenario, after I made this guy really low and he got inside, I knew that if I tried to jump through the window, I'd be putting myself in a disadvantaged spot. So I decided to stim up quickly and try to jump through the other window and catch him off guard. But to my surprise, at the same time, some other guy came through the window to the left of me. And after I downed him, I went straight back to focusing on that guy I came in for, instead of going for the finish, which I previously would have done. So honestly, I'm really proud of myself for having that self-control and focusing on the main target. Here, I shouldn't have run around him. I should have taken this guy head on with my teammate here, because 2 is better than 1, and if we both were shooting at him from 2 different angles, there's no way he was going to get both of us. Instead, I ran around the whole thing, trying to hunt him down, and he had the chance to take my teammate out and see where I was coming from, and get ready for me as well. Just all around, I could have just played this better, but learned a lot from this situation as well. In game 1, aim is still shaky, but I feel I hit most of them that I took here against these 3 players. The only problem was I wasn't expecting the guy to land on me, so it was all kind of shaky, the whole situation. But afterwards, I tried to get myself out of the situation by going down and later trying to take them on one-on-one, like I've been practicing. But I didn't quite get that chance here, so we move on to game 2. Game 2. This game was the first time that I got my chance to put to practice what I learned about the grenade. Even though I didn't win this interaction, I knew that I was definitely more confident with it, and almost even knocking the player here. So I'm actually feeling better with the landing pistol. Clip 2. This was another situation where I'm dealing with people that I would rather not name, and have started to get the innate instinct growing in me that from now on I need to also start learning to check every single corner.
Oh shit! Alright!
And not only focus on audio cues, as some of these players are just too good at this camping stuff. This is when I knew that I found my true love. And now for the next couple of days, I'll be leveling up my OTS so that I can use it and shred with it. And really fun to watch back how I panicked here and when I didn't make the jump onto the boxes and just turned on it. I wish I could have made that decision on my own willingly and not be based on circumstances, as that would have made me feel way better. Game 3. Today, I decided that I'll play a couple of games on Caldera to just learn the map, etc.
Oh, I cracked this guy's armor! I cracked this guy's armor! I hit him again! I got him! More! Oh! Wait, what? What did you do?
In all that sadness, I almost killed my own teammate, as this is the first time that I had to deal with using a canister and tried putting it down, but instead blew it up. Game 4. You legit cannot make this stuff up. The game right after the one that I almost killed my friend with a canister and said that I hated canisters, I guess they reciprocate the same feeling, because me and my teammate made this player really low and wanted to get the kill on him, but he kills us with a 500 IQ play that you have to watch for yourself.
Oh no, he shot the barrel! This guy's actually a buff.
A great success!
Today, particularly, there wasn't really much to like talk about or have, but in game 1, I found out I still need to improve a lot more on my close range tracking, but I really liked here that I was able to make the quick decision to pick up that gun off the ground and chow the guy that was about to chase me. Could have cameraed him so hard and got the kill, but a whole different guy came in and kind of changed the plans, but this always happens and we just have to roll with the punches. So that's basically what I learned from that situation. Game 2. This game was one that I played smarter the whole game. This whole interaction against these 2 could have been played way better. I knew that he would have just
Hello there!
staring at the ladder, but I tried my luck anyway. And for the second guy, I just froze and could have died there as well. But I played my environment really well, slide canceling when I needed to get to a spot where I can play, and later when I knew he was pushing to stop, and knew he would chase me, so I looked back and with a bit of shaky aim, killed him. So, this situation could have been played way better, but I got both the kills, which in previous, I wouldn't have. So, I'm starting to see improvement, I'm starting to feel good about my game and game sense. The first game, I got 8 kills. The second game, I ended up with 2 kills.
Hello.
Because I just like left the game after the first drop because I wasn't having it. Because there was a guy camping again and I couldn't take it. And the third game, I didn't want to talk about this one either. But you know, we have to talk about our mistakes as well as our best times, right?
Let's go. I think they're on top, Nova 6.
I did pretty well in that game and got like usual 6 kills, but similarly, like usual, got really greedy for the kill and just tried to jump on this guy's teammates and kill him. I don't even know what I was thinking when I was in this situation, but because I did that and made this huge mistake, it cost my team the game and me about like 3 to 4 kills that I could have gotten. I know, hindsight 2022, but we move on to the next game. The final day of the first week started with me thinking maybe instead of doing Kovac every day, cause I was getting tired of it already, I just go straight into some shooting bots and just get warmed up there, as I feel that I'm at a point now where my mouse control is good enough that I can just focus more on the game and the in-game aiming in situations. Because the warming up aspect alone, the whole week, was literally taking me about an hour 30 to 2 hours because of the huge Kovac routine that I've made for clicking and tracking, and on top of that, shooting 100 bots with each weapon, AR, SMG, and sniper, which totaled about 300 kills and was consuming most of my time. I started thinking that I need to get into more games on Rebirth so I could start working with my duo and figuring stuff out and becoming a better player in-game, not on Kovac, learning what routes to take, etc. as we only have 4 weeks left in this journey and we're trying to become pro on Warzone, not Kovac aim training. So I decided to change up the routine. For bot training, I just got 100 to 200 kills with an SMG and got out of there, just doing enough to get me warm so I don't get into the real games and miss every shot that I take, as even that is counterproductive. And I'll be looking back into my Kovac routine and changing things up, but I don't really know what I'm changing up right now. But when I do, I'll probably tell you guys in the next week's progression video. And in today's game, we got into game 1. I was trying out a new gun and it's absolutely beaming. I knocked 3 here and could have almost wiped this team, but I'm using the drop shot a bit too much now after I've been getting really comfortable with it. I keep forgetting that you can't use it in long range fights because it's easier for the opponent to look down and shoot, or in some cases not even necessarily, and you just give him free headshots. Game 2. Died to a really good player right here. He already camped and sniped me once in prison, and this was our second interaction. And previous to this game, we had lost 2 games, second place in a row, so I was really kind of upset, and I just wanted to come back and destroy him. And in clip 2, you'll see that's exactly what I did. I came back and wiped his whole team out of the game. Moral of the story here, for anyone that's watching, don't make me mad. Just don't. Game 3. In this situation here, this was my first time ever that I actually farmed the team to kill. I actually killed 3 out of the 4 in this team previously and let the one teammate run away without killing him. Later, started to chase him down and kill him because it was almost time that his teammates would start landing on him. And I wanted to make sure that, you know, they wouldn't come in and use pistols and like bombard me. Game 4, I ended the game with an action-packed game when I started the game by nading myself and actually getting away. I don't even know how. I learned that I might have cooked the grenade too much here, so I've kind of learned the grenade timing in this situation. Found this really cool spot that you can jump onto and no one really expects you to be here, and if you play it well, you can actually get away with a lot of kills just like I did. And this guy right here,
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
I knew that he was chasing me, so I outplayed him. Usually, I wouldn't have done this in this situation and I actually probably would have died. But I've been improving at these kind of situations and they're starting to add up in my overall gameplay. To all those that are watching till the end of the video, you guys are the real ones. I'd like to thank those of you so much for following me through this journey. The journey has just begun, but all the love and support that you guys have been giving me is insane, and is what keeps me going when the times get tough. So once again, thank you. And for those of you that are not yet subscribed, what are you doing?
What in fuck's name are you doing?
Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss another video or upload from me. That's it for this week's progression video, and check out this video to see where this journey all started.